Urban Gospel Edition right here in Stars TV exclusive, right? Okay, you know me, my name is still TJY and I'm your host on this Gospel Entertainment Show, Baz, right? Okay, before I fill you in with who my guest is for today, let's share the usual motivational message, and I will still maintain the nil desperandum approach. The Spaniards would say nil desperandum, which means hang on to hope because God is in control, right? Our social media handles are Stars TV on Facebook, Stars TV Crew on Instagram, and Stars TV on YouTube. You can also WhatsApp us on 0240-620-117. It's rolling on your screens. My guest, well, he's really special because we've been longing for a while for this interview, but by the grace of God, he's here with us today. And I wouldn't want to, let me share this story. He's a testimony to me because it was most of his songs that motivated me to do this kind of brand, Stars TV, to bring stars of the gospel kingdom to my fold and interview them. And I quite remember, we will talk about that. Let me zoom in straight to my guest today.
Yes, boss.
Oteng.
Yes, sir.
It's an honor.
Me too, sir.
It's an honor. How's the feeling like?
Great. I've been wanting to be here. I mean, of course, we've been working on it for quite some time, and it's a pleasure to be here. Yes.
Wow, wonderful. Because see, we would have to have, you know, a profile, you know, in brief, something brief about you.
Okay.
Kwesi Oteng.
Kwesi is, of course, a musician and youth advocate, of course, pastor of Flow River Church, father, I mean, motivator. I mean, I bless a lot of lives, of course. Like you said, I'm the special one.
He's the special one. Trust me.
Whether that's even like a straight profile enough, but of course, it's just enough. Yes.
Yeah, it's brief and enough. You know, Kwesi is. I know Kwesi as the pioneer of urban gospel music. I interviewed Reverend Helen Yosef, and I told her to give out request three songs on the show, and he mentioned your song. And she mentioned the fact that the vocal dexterity, the arrangements, everything. Your songs, your urban gospel songs. What was the inspiration behind them?
I am a change agent. I believe that music can revolutionize people, and so I try to see how any song can have a meaning in people's lives. Of course, it's a very serious thing to listen to a song because music have the capacity to shift atmospheres and all of that, and so all of that inform my preparation and process of production. I choose message. I allow to see where God is leading me with a particular message to sing, and so all of those are motivations. But the main motivation is to see people's lives get better, and using the medium of music. And it informs what goes into it. A lot of work goes into it. A lot of research goes into it. A lot of mobilizing the best quality people to work on any project I do. Yes. Yes.
Wow. Kwesi, after you, there was King's Kid. After you, there has been preachers. There has been a lot of urban gospel.
That analogy is not true.
I believe, in a way, I believe
you
created a path for them.
No. That analogy is not true. I don't know why people associate me with rappers, because I'm not a rapper. But it's not you alone, of course. People have tried to people have said that a lot, but whenever I say that's not the best assessment of me, because even with preachers, at the time I was preaching God They Bless Me video, when Nane Sekni was editing my video, he was editing their video. I am crazy for God. I am crazy for God. So they were motivated already. I didn't do anything for like to open. They were doing their own thing. At the time that Sekni was editing God They Bless Me, he was also editing I Am Crazy for God. Okay. Now people are trying to like associate me with urban gospel. When they mention the artist, then it's like King's Kid or do you understand? And I think perhaps it's the approach. The approach I used of wearing jeans, because nobody in my fraternity of singers were in that vibe. I would wear shades. Nobody in my fraternity was doing that, and I will feel free. Of course, today a lot of people are doing. We're wearing bandana. I recently did a video. I was wearing bandana, but I mean, I was wearing bandana. But when people see it here, they associate that to urban. But I'm from the contemporary gospel space. Okay, but again, contemporary gospel or urban gospel is actually what you are saying, the same thing. But people associate urban to rapping, and I saw like I meet somebody who raps and they say, "Hey, you motivate me," and things. I say, "Oh wow!" Then I'm trying to see how I motivated the person, of course. But I'm not a rapper. I'm a singer, and like of the people I motivated, I've inspired a cross range. I've inspired a whole generation. Do you understand? And I think that sometimes people like to, hide reality so that they can have their space, and so you won't maybe hear a lot more people bringing clarity. They always say, okay, he inspired the rappers. They understand. That's not what I did. I inspired a whole revolution in gospel video. I inspired a whole revolution in live music. I inspired a whole revolution in places that gospel music has not been before. I was the first musician, gospel person, to be played in several radio stations and several TV stations that never aired gospel.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That never aired gospel, and so it's quite a milestone, but it's not a limited milestone. It's unlimited, and it's one of the special. What do I call it? Like special things I consider as a beautiful legacy that yes, I don't. God used me to do something that has not been done. Of course, I've seen people do things, but you can say, "Oh, this person has done before. This person has done before." They think that what the Lord used me to do, I was the first person to do a lot of those things, and sometimes maybe there comes a need, for one to, tell their story, because if you leave it to people, they may not be able to, or they may not tell it as it is.
Sure.
Yes.
Oteng is my guest on Stars TV today. Trust me, he's an epitome of hard work and creativity, and it is just by the grace of God. If the grace of God if you do not merit the grace of God on you, you cannot do these kind of things. Stars TV exclusive. All right. I would urge my producer to get us to the cocktail segment. If we can have our cocktail around and then have a cocktail inside. Yes, we have a cocktail segment. We coming to do ministry as well. We've done a bit of we are mixing ministry and lifestyle together. Okay, see, let's look at after your music. Would you say you've not been able to impact people? This question is very dicey. Impact people after your first 3 inspirational songs, or you are still in the process of inspiring people?
Every time I put out stuff, it's a game changer. I've inspired too many people. I've inspired too many people. Of course, everybody has to find their own inspirations, but I am not one that people overlook when they are looking for ways forward in Christian music. And I mean, a lot of people have studied how I did things or how I, of course, but it's not just then. Even if it was then whatever happened there had a generational impact and has changed the dynamics for a whole generation. Do you understand? And I think that sometimes people like to, hide reality so that they can have their space. And so you won't maybe hear a lot more people bringing clarity. They say, okay, he inspired the rappers. Do you understand? That's not what I did. I inspired a whole revolution in gospel video. I inspired a whole revolution in live music. I inspired a whole revolution in places that gospel music has not been before. I was the first musician, gospel person, to be played in several radio stations and several TV stations that never aired gospel.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That never aired gospel, and so it's quite a milestone, but it's not a limited milestone. It's unlimited, and it's it's one of the special. What do I call it? Like special things I consider as a beautiful legacy that yes, I don't. God used me to do something that has not been done. Of course, I've seen people do things, but you can say, "Oh, this person has done before. This person has done before." They think that what the Lord used me to do, I was the first person to do a lot of those things, and sometimes maybe there comes a need, for one to, tell their story, because if you leave it to people, they may not be able to, or they may not tell it as it is.
Sure.
Yes.
Papa Oteng is my guest on Stars TV today. Trust me, he's an epitome of hard work and creativity, and it is just by the grace of God. If the grace of God if you do not merit the grace of God on you, you cannot do these kind of things. Stars TV exclusive. All right. I would urge my producer to get us to the cocktail segment. If we can have our cocktail around and then have a cocktail.
Inside.
Yes, we have a cocktail segment. We coming to do ministry as well. We've done a bit of we are mixing ministry and lifestyle together. Okay, Kwesi, let's look at after your music. Would you say you've not been able to impact people? This question is very dicey. Impact people after your first 3 inspirational songs, or you are still in the process of inspiring people?
Every time I put out stuff, it's a game changer. I've inspired too many people. I've inspired too many people. Of course, everybody has to find their own inspirations, but I am not one that people overlook when they are looking for ways forward in Christian music. And a lot of people have studied how I did things or how I, of course, but it's not just then. Even if it was then whatever happened there had a generational impact and has changed the dynamics for a whole generation. Do you understand? We came to meet an impossible situation that was being That was, I mean, a lot of people were trying to overcome that situation. But however, God did it. I go places and people honor me by saying words like, "Oh, he spearheaded, he revolutionized, pace setter." So a lot of my friends call me maestro. All those things. I mean, it doesn't make me foolish. A lot of it humbles me. The writings are on the wall, but I'm a game changer. Every work I have put out, you check out my current album. I'm yet to record new works. The Anthems album. The Anthems album, I mean, is a testament of excellence and just a beautiful work of art. Of course, I don't think we promoted it best as we should have, and there were many reasons why that happened, but they are good lessons for the future, how we're looking at promotion, distribution, and all of those. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So a lot of deep insights coming from Kwesi right here on Stars TV. We've done more of ministry. We'll be switching to lifestyle very soon. We'll just take a cocktail segment. We'll just take a quick commercial break where we'll have our cocktail on the table on our set. And then when we come back, we do lifestyle with Kwesi Oteng right here on this gospel entertainment show. My name has always been TJY.
Bless your name. Hey, hey. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah. Hey. All right. See the grace on me, the favor on me, the mercies I see. This love I have, this peace I have, this joy I have. It's not by might, it's not by strength, just by the Holy Ghost. I'm not ashamed to tell the world of blessings that come from God. Oh, God did bless me. Hey, who would it bless? God did bless. Oh, from the
All right, so we are back from the commercial break, right? The show is Stars TV. My name is TJY, and my guest is Kwesi Oteng. This is the cocktail session where we switch or we zoom into the lifestyle segment with Kwesi Oteng. You see, let's do lifestyle.
Okay.
Are you a fashionista? What is your taste of fashion?
Well, my taste for fashion is I have a very strong taste for fashion. But, I mean, I'm a mix. I like African, but I like suits more. I wear suits. I like African. I wear it. Jeans, jackets. I'm a cross-boundary. I mean, of course, I like to mix African ideas to global ideas. Of course, I'm a Ghanaian, but I mean, trying to push culture. I mean, I like to just mix it. Put a kaftan, a jacket on something, or I mean, like just see what the Nigerians did with kaftan. They wear it with sneakers, and so I'm that kind of thinker. Try to blend it and make it fun, basically.
Wonderful. So let's after fashion, let's do life at home. When you are around the family, do you cook for your wife sometimes? What is
I've done. I cook, but not all the time, of course, but occasional and maybe special moments. I would like to do movies with my children a lot, and then we play. My son always has my phone. He's put all his games on it, So it's not easy, Sometimes you want to do something on the phone and he's on it. But so like that. I mean, yeah, basically,
So
life is,
do you
is
see your talent? Do you see any of your children
all of
inheriting
them.
your-
All of them can sing.
Wow.
All of them can sing.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. So which
I'm
of
going
them
to.
do you say
I'm
is your
just.
photocopy? Or they
Oh,
have their
none
own
of them.
style?
None of them have like really. But it's the potential. You know, music is not a talent that is given to you in a developed state. You have to develop. And so, but I see the potential for greatness in all of them. Yes, but none of them is restricted to singing. If they all want to do something else, great. But I see it in them. I found music as an opportunity of serving God. I felt like, oh wow, I can develop this thing and really work it out, you know, and for it to bless a lot of people, and we try to achieve it. So that people think that music, when they say that the person is gifted, it's like Yamedia Mano. It's like a footballer who says that God has given them football without training. You know, but this morning I was discussing with some people how music is actually something that you can practice your way to become a great singer. You know, yeah.
Wow, wonderful. My guest is Kwesi. I stare in the eyes of Kwesi a lot because I have looked at him from afar via music videos, and I have told God, I want to have Kwesi on my set. And you know, the same God has answered my prayer.
Can you imagine? On a beautiful Saturday morning.
Beautiful Saturday morning. Kwesi, we are just about rounding up. Let's do this. This question is, I don't know, is it rhetoric? We call it a bomb time question, but
Okay.
it's not to trend. What has been the greatest lie you've told that has propelled you to your utmost height in your ministry? Example, a case study. Akasemin Paul says, experienced him, he was in high school, but he was in Accra doing ministry, and today he doesn't regret it. What has been that greatest lie you've told in your life? That has
Oh, of
propelled
course. There were times that I was in the studio, but my boss will call them like as if I'm marketing. But it cost me a lot of job suspensions and yes, because my boss is smart. My boss can tell me that, where are you? I said, oh, I'm in the studio. They say, like I'm at a location where I said I was going, maybe going to meet a client, because I was into real estate marketing and I mean helping people purchase property prior to music, and so I'll tell him that I'm here. Then he'll say that I should send him the location, you know, and it shouldn't take 1 hour, 30 minutes to send location on phone. He said, send me the location. So usually I tell people, so if you ask somebody that, where's the person? And the person says they are here, let them send you location.
Wow, I think this would be a good ethic, kind of ethic for work.
Yeah. And I mean, whenever I lied, at the time the company gave me a car I was driving, beautiful brand new car. He said, when you get to the office, leave the key, find the car.
Wow, but today,
Yes,
sorry,
of course. I have a beautiful relationship with my boss. I mean, he's still my boss. He calls me anytime, any day for even stuff. He trained me in so many ways. Yes, and I appreciate that.
wow. I'm getting a lot of insight as a marketer for my company. Wow, this is a marketer. Wow,
Oh yes,
this is wonderful.
I can market this. You shock.
Wow. Okay, final but not final question, not the last question. If you are given the chance to be God for a day, what is that one particular thing you change?
I'll make sure that people don't die or get sick. You know, or see trouble. I'll let them live in Eden permanently. You know. Yeah. I'll adjust the free will small so that I control the tendency for however it became, because we destroyed it. We destroyed the original plan. But yes, it's all right.
My mentor, my motivationalist, everything. Kwesi Oteng. We are rounding up. Kwesi, before you go,
Yes,
spotlight on your upcoming projects. Anything you want to share with your family?
Oh yes, I'm completing a recording next month, and I'm trusting God that I'll be able to successfully get it through. I'm preparing for a recording concert, and yes, basically that between now and December, of course, I'm in production mode. And so I'm trusting God that everything works out perfect. Yeah.
Okay,
Basically.
so I think we'll be filled in with this project, and Stars TV will be getting you exclusive Stars TV.
Why not?
I'll
I'll welcome you. I'll welcome you.
Okay, so we are just about signing out. Before Kwesi gives us his final remarks, my costume, my lovely kaftan is by Abi Lady Couture inside Abrepo Kumasi. You can link up with Abi Lady Couture. I'll share her number with you very soon on the next session, right? Okay, so let's take a final word from Kwesi Oteng. Your final word.
My final words. Keep praying for us, of course, every person in the gospel creative. I believe that God wants to do amazing things, and let's pray that God's ideas will flow in the lives of ministers, and the ideas that God gives us, whether song or creatives, will have the impact of bringing in countless and millions of people that will receive Jesus Christ as their Lord and personal Savior, basically.
Yeah.
Yes.
So in brief, that is the final word from Kwesi Oteng. My name is CJY. The show is Stars TV, your urban gospel entertainment show right here. We are just about signing out, and trust me, we have more and more exclusives coming right here on this gospel entertainment show. But see you, but we'll not go. We'll have a toast of our cocktail.
I'll finish my own. This one, the toast of
Toast. All right. See you same time.